I guess we're back with the house in Fata Morgana. When we last left off, the game started melting down. Bing, 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 bing. Any other extras yet? No. Okay. Kind of hoping for a CG viewer so I can start just doing thumbnails that are CGs. There's different endings, which I'm not sure what to think of that. Like, is there one ending where like we fight? Well, that's not even funny. Just about to make a stupid reference. It had been about a week since the white-haired girl had taken up residence in the mansion. So we're on door 4. I just played like not even 10 minutes ago. And if we scroll up, see like X that wasn't there when we read that. It's interesting. Oh, if we scroll up more, it only X's out if it's oh no. I think it's a beautiful name, probably. I forgot to look up how to pronounce Giselle, but I'm assuming that's how it is. Been about a week since the white-haired girl taken up residence in the mansion. Staying in the house deprived of light was, I imagine, a very claustrophobic experience. To anyone blessed enough to have sunlight as part of their everyday lives, would have been unbearable. But for her, the mansion, with its prison walls and lack of either illumination or recreation, was the one place she could feel respite. She and Michelle continued to be distant, however. He spent most of his time in his chambers, which she had explicitly told the white-haired girl to stay out of, leaving her unable to close that gap. Is it still doing the thing? No, I think it only does it with dialogue. Nonetheless, on the occasions they did cross paths in the hallway, their eyes would meet, if but briefly. It was never for more than a few seconds. Whenever she saw him, she made a point of giving him a little smile. He had never said anything, but still, when she had first arrived, he would not even have met her gaze. He seemed to be taking more and more notice of her. One day, the white-haired girl stood in the cellar, a frown on her face. Well, this is troubling. Can't go down to the village. What if we don't do something soon? The cellar was where the food was stored, an assortment of non-perishables and dried foods, smoked meats and cheeses. Their daily meals were taken from the supplies there. However, the stockpile was beginning to grow quite small. Were she not on the run, she would have gone to the village to procure more. Perhaps, were she a little tougher, she would have captured a wild animal for its meat. But master, you know a young, delicate thing like her was hardly up to the task of hunting for food. What do you mean by that, maid? What are you, like, reverse psychology? Like, white-haired girl could actually do it? How does he normally get his supplies, I wonder? I imagine once a month, some guy brings him a book and a bunch of food. If there are other questions about Michelle started rising in her mind. No matter how lifeless he seemed. Surely he still had to eat, right? The white-haired girl nodded and made her way out of the cellar, tending to head for his bedchamber. But on her way there, she spotted him standing by the entrance, staring motionless at the door, lit by a single candle. He appeared to be waiting for something. May I ask you a question? Go on. I was just down in the cellar, and I noticed we're running low on food. Do you normally go down to the village to restock? I haven't been outside in 10 years. Also, he's growing more and more relatable by the second. Then how do you... What if I told you I don't eat? What? Then I'm not of this world. Of such I have no need for sustenance. What do you think of that? That sounds very, economical? If you can survive without having to eat, that's one less thing to worry about. If it were possible, I'd like to have that ability too. It's a train of friend and you're a waste of time. Was I supposed to be afraid? Never mind. It doesn't matter. You asked about the food in the cellar. It's getting to be about that time. Question mark? Wait, and you'll find out. What do you... It's here. Oh? I really like his facial animation. Well, not animations. Expressions. Like, they're subtle, but they're also very expressive. Like, some characters in this game have that, some not so much. Like, maybe, like, someone like, Maria was a bit overdone. But it's top tier with Michelle. Reminiscent of like some Moon Echo sprites also had to this level. Like the originals, like let's say Beatrice, maybe Battler. Those are the two off the top of my head that had very good ones. Beatrice especially. If you want to know where my supplies come from, open the door. But I'm in hiding. So does this white-haired girl not have the thing where she can't go in the sunlight for very long? Does that mean that it's genetic and they get married and have a happily ever after life where they have like 2 kids? Will they teach how to read? There's no one at the door anymore. The knock is nothing more than a signal. A signal? The white-haired girl turned towards Michelle to press him for more information, but he averted his gaze. Finally answer yourself, he seemed to be saying. She took several moments to gather her will, then marched over to the door. So bright. The sunlight, which she had not seen in some time, was so bright it seemed to burn her eyes. Although the sun itself had not gotten any brighter, she had simply spent so much time in the dark, her eyes were no longer accustomed to that light. The color of her eyes made them quite sensitive to light already, so when she stepped outside, her whole world went bone white. The white-haired girl stood motionless for 10, perhaps 15 seconds, when her eyes had finally adjusted to the light. What's this? She noticed a crate on the ground at her feet. She turned her head back to ask Michelle about the box, but the mansion was so dark it appeared to be wholly severed from the whole outside world. From where she stood, she was unable to distinguish Michelle from the shadows. A pang of nervousness struck her. She wanted to return to that darkness as quickly as possible. The white-haired girl had come to yearn for that world without light more than the one width. The crate was fairly hefty. The slightly built girl had considerable difficulty bringing it into the house. So how does he get it into the house without going outside? I mean, do you think he doesn't count stepping into the porch as going outside? Because that's going outside. But eventually, she did manage to drag it through the front door. And then everything went dark once more, except for the faint flicker of candlelight floating in the air. You can leave it there. Wait, hold on. Okay. I realized, hey, the XXXs are gone, I think. Stop doing it. The game's back to normal. Okay. Wait, I just saw it. Oh, no, it's still doing it. You can leave it there. I'll take care of the rest. What's... Without a word, Michelle approached her in the box, withdrawing a knife that he had evidently kept hidden somewhere on his person. With it, he cut through the rope that bound the box. Go on, open it up. At his insistence, she placed her hand upon the lid. She had no idea what lay inside this unexpected delivery. Whoever had brought it was already long gone. Staring at the strange box, she was racked with nervousness. However, what she found when she pushed aside the lid was completely ordinary food. Something amusing? It's just rather anticlimactic. I was worrying about what might be inside. We're just talking about the supplies in the cellar. So, we were. Completely slipped my mind. This should last us for some time. It's all preserved, just like what's in the cellar. But, I don't understand. Who would deliver all this to you? There should be a book in there as well. What? Oh, there it is. In the library, he said. His family sends him 1 book a month. Does that mean the box came from them? So then why did the person who delivered this leave without speaking to him? What happened between him and his family? Is he here because they want him here? Or because he chose to be here? Take the book to the library, please. I'll bring the rest of the supplies to the cellar. But it's a big box. Sure, you could use some help carrying it. That won't be necessary. Take the book and go. He's gonna use his magic to lift the box. By magic, I mean he's gonna lift with his legs, not his back. But, fine, then stay here. I'll take care of everything. Oh, wait. Hold on, please. What is it? You don't have to answer this if you don't want to. And, not trying to pry, but can't help but be curious. Say what you have to say, please. I was wondering if you could tell me why you live here, in this mansion. Why did whoever delivered this box leave before you even opened the door? Could he perhaps be imprisoned here? Still nothing new? You gotta check for red every once in a while. I told you this the very first day. I'm cursed. It's only natural for a cursed man to live in a cursed home. Cursed house. Yes, but that's such a vague answer. I don't understand why you're in the situation you are. I don't know how you feel about it. There's so much I don't know. And I'm not even sure if your curse actually exists. I see. That is a perfectly reasonable doubt from your point of view. Having been branded a witch because of your appearance, it makes sense that you would think my curse might be fabricated. Perhaps a metaphor for something else. Oh no, he's onto me, he's onto me! Hold on, let me move my mic. Like that. Hold on. Like that. I don't want it to pick up my mouse clicking as much as possible. Alright then. Come with me. What? I'll show you my curse. As he turned on his heels, the white-haired hero caught a glimpse of what appeared to be a smirk on his face. Like the whole thing was some kind of sick joke. That smile carved into his mask was far colder than any look of annoyance or rejection. But despite the twinge of nervousness, she still followed after Michelle. So much as he might have stood out in the crowd, such height and long hair, his presence was almost entirely eroded away by darkness. She felt that he could simply fade away into nothingness at any moment. Many things are buried here. Huh? Oh, they're outside! Mice, insects, wildcats, and dogs. Have you ever thought it strange how little life there seemed to be around this mansion? You're right. I haven't seen a single creature since I arrived. The only sound you can hear is the wind blowing. Now that you mention it, it didn't seem peculiar. They were all killed by me. Or rather, they lost their lives because of me. You have your answer now. A butterfly fluttered its way into the ruined garden, dancing up and down through the air. Michelle held out a finger before himself. The butterfly, mistaking it for a branch, drifted down upon to rest its wings. Had the scene stopped there, it would have been a picturesque moment. All that comes in contact with me loses its life. My skin, the breath I exhale, my flesh and poison, and blood, is poison to all life. Yeah, there it is again. But the butterfly's movement began to slow. It spread its wings in one last futile attempt to fight gravity, and then without warning, shriveled up into a dry husk. It's dead. All dried up and lifeless. Like it's been dead for days. It's like his finger drained... Oh, there's a bug! Yeah! It's like his finger drained all life out of it. I got the bug. Is this his curse? Is that even possible? But I saw it with my own eyes. This is his curse, though. It explains much. There are more than just insects and animal corpses buried here, too. Servants who came to visit me long ago are here beneath the ground, under our very feet. That's why the servant leaves before I open the door. Should he touch me? Should he get near me? His very life is in danger. No one is interested enough in seeing me take that risk. No one will have anything to do with me. Nary a soul even wishes to see my face. Now you understand what I meant when I said I would eventually kill you. So that's why you have never once touched me. I mean, you've only known each other for like a week. Like, you know, physical contact that's like, you know, like you don't go in for a hug for a stranger, you know? You shake their hand maybe, but I mean, was that a tradition back then? What did shaking hands become a thing? I don't know if this is a myth or not, but I've heard that people used to shake hands to like check their sleeves for like knives and stuff. Like they'd do the I'm doing it, but I don't have a camera, so you it doesn't make any sense. When I knocked the books down in the library, didn't offer your hand to help me up. Only one of us ever made contact with the box at the entrance at a time. When I offered to help you carry it, you refused. Because you didn't want your fingers to accidentally brush against mine. My actions are not out of concern for you. I simply dislike people. Others' interests mean nothing to me. What an odd face you're making. Do you not believe my curse is real? No, I do. It's certainly irrational, inexplicable, and unbelievable. But you've shown me more than enough evidence. When one butterfly dying, that could be a coincidence. And I don't believe you're lying to me right now either. In which case, you'll now understand how dangerous it is to be near me. Say that if you left alive, you'd be killed. It's been some time since then. If you're careful enough to cover your tracks, you can make your escape. You do not belong here. He's just worried, like, his food supply, like, it's enough food. It's meant for one guy, But now there's two people, and he's like, oh no, what if I starve? He's telling the truth about being cursed. What a cruel burden to have to bear. I can't imagine just how much he's given up on. How many lives he's inadvertently taken. Now he must have felt every time it happened. How much pain that loneliness must have given him. How much despair he must carry in his heart. Like, how big was this crate? Like, how much food can you fit in? I'm imagining us, like, a fairly sizable crate, but not like, I don't know. Much sorrow must be weighing down on him. So no, I will not leave. I'll stay here with you. Leave this place. No, I will not. Why? Why do you insist upon remaining in this house after learning what I can do? You have no reason to stay. Tell me then, why do you try to drive me out? If you don't care for others, as you say, if you're not concerned about anyone else, then what does it matter what I do? What does it matter if I die to your curse? You're a very kind-hearted man. You've been watching out for me since the day I arrived, doing whatever you can to not inadvertently kill me. Do not afflict me with your curse. No. Here's what I think. No one capable of showing genuine care for others can honestly, truly dislike all people. They can't possibly be indifferent. No, That day we met before the stained glass window, you heard me out. You listened to my plight. You didn't try to chase me out. That day I thought you to be a good person. I still believe that. Oh, that's a new one, I think. I simply assumed you would leave on your own when it was safe. I never thought you'd be so foolish. I still want to stay in a house like this, with a man like me. How does that make me foolish? Do you not value your life? Are you not afraid of death? Do you not find me unpleasant? The thing I fear most is loneliness. You're probably right that, by now, I could probably sneak away, get myself somewhere far from here. But even if I did, I'd inevitably find myself in the same situation. The only way I can avoid that fate is to stay away from everyone. To live in solitude, with no one to talk to. I know you understand how that feels. It terrifies me. I'm afraid of having to spend day after day with no one to talk to, no one to share my experiences, my thoughts, my feelings with. Spending all day playing visual novels on my computer, with no friends, no one to... wait, no. If that's what awaits me out there, then I want to live with you. I want to be an essential part of my life. I want you to be an essential part of my life. Possible. Please, don't chase me out. You are a cruel girl. Never again will I allow myself to get close to someone, only to watch them die. Never again. My mother was the first to die. It happened shortly after my birth. Next was my wet nurse. Two deaths could be considered a coincidence. But as the number rose, it became clear that I was cursed. I was forbidden from making contact with anyone, even at home. Regardless, being in the same house, accidents will happen. Numerous people lost their lives. Attendants unfamiliar with me, those who simply brushed up against me by mistake. I couldn't take it any longer. So you chose to move here, to this remote mansion, to keep yourself away from your family. You weren't imprisoned here. You're elected to live alone, so you wouldn't hurt anyone. For better or for worse, I was born into a noble house. So rather than abandon me, they provided me the means to live out of sight. I'll be very careful. I'll do everything I can to ensure no accidents occur. To keep you from being alone again. I will not for any reason touch you. You have my promise. Your curse takes the life of anything you touch. I've been here for a while, and death has not befallen me yet. As long as I do not touch you, there shouldn't be a problem. Also, and apologize if this is simply me reading too much into things, but what was that? Oh, I think I know what that sound was. I feel like we're two of a kind. It's because it's windy out. Feel being utterly alone more than anything. Fear being utterly alone. I fear being utterly alone more than anything. And I think you understand just how scary that is. So, why are you so stubbornly insistent on it being me? I'm sure there's someone else out there. Someone you're meant to be with. You may not have found them yet, but I believe someone like you eventually will. Because unlike me, you still have the... Is it vigor or vigor? I think it's vigor to press forward. It has to be you. I'm certain of it. Why? Because, well... You can't tell me? No, I can. Just, please don't get upset with me. I think... Come on! Oh, I might really, really love you. I thought I was gonna cut it. Oh. That's faster than usual. But actually not true. Door 3. I mean, it happened from the beginning, I guess. You know, it started with them in a relationship. Gentle tones now. Anything in red? Parentheses. What if it's just in white and it's hiding? You know? Probably not. 21 minutes? Okay, we can keep going. His was a power that evoked images of witches or demons. The unclean and the impure. A mere touch was all it took for him to strip a man and beast alike of its life. God is quite a cruel streak to bestow such a power upon such a beautiful young man. A strange power it was indeed, like something out of a fairy tale. Like something can find no words upon it. I think it is something out of a fairy tale, actually. Like... a safari. Poison... a girl, I think? No, it's perfume. Poison girl myth. Visha Kanya? And yeah, were young women who reportedly used as assassins. Their blood and bodily fluids were poisonous to other humans. They're from India. In literature, Hindu mythology, the Kalki Purana, and anything else? I know Grand Order, Great Grand Order has a character like that. Anyway, something invented words upon the page seemed otherworldly, unbelievable. Nonetheless, as he had demonstrated to the white-haired girl, his peculiar powers were indeed real. So maybe by all the doors are based off a literary genre isn't dead yet. No, that theory's dead. That said, the world has had its fair share of oddities. It just so happens that those curiosities tend to remain hidden away, known only to a few. Although you have laid eyes upon a number of unusual phenomena in yourself, Master. The doors to the past through which we have passed. This very mansion. And as a matter of fact, the two of us. Now, as you just saw, the white-haired girl found herself enraptured with this man and his accursed power. How do you think Michelle acted in response to her proclamation? It spent so long refusing to interact with others, no, unable to interact with them. Yet, as such, she was unsure how to respond. After standing there expressionless for a few moments, he muttered, "I'll consider it." And with that, he returned to his chambers. While he was not someone who wore his heart on his sleeve, I personally do not believe he was completely devoid of emotions. He'd simply forgotten how to express them in his extended solitude. Ooh! Hold on! Pause it! Well, I'm not going to actually pause the recording. I forgot to upload a video today. I usually upload them at 9:30. I usually schedule them, but I forgot to. Fire Emblem 6, is that already rendered? Like, do I need... Okay, good. It's an hour long. It's gonna take a while to upload, but better late than never. Fire Emblem 6, just give it a generic title for now. I'll do the rest later. Hold on, The Binding Blade, Chapter 6, title. There we go. And add it to playlist and give it the thumbnail. Okay. We're good. Okay, simply forgotten how to express them in extended solitude. So I think he was, in that moment, in a state of complete panic. She had, after all, just assaulted him with a stream of incomprehensible declarations. That knowing the truth, she still wished to remain in the mansion. And that knowing the truth, she loved him. The love she declared for Mitchell was not a fleeting puppy love. There was a genuine tenderness and warmth to her words. But he had gone through his life shunned, feared, pushed away. To him, that was normal. He'd never given anyone reason to have any fondness for him. So he found himself utterly unsure of how to take the affection she was showing. Of course, he's not the only one rattled by the whole affair. Oh dear. Several days have passed since Michelle had asked for time to think. He's still yet to show himself again. Any read? This is all my fault. I think it breaks down when the two of them are having conversations. The white-haired girl paced anxiously throughout the halls, on the off chance she might run into him. As per his request, though, she kept her distance from his chambers. Nevertheless, she's beginning to worry about the fact that he had secluded himself away for so long. So she worked up her courage to made her way to his room. What if he doesn't want to see me ever again? I didn't consider I might be overstepping my bounds. Before opening my mouth. Every step she took was slow and laborious. Laborious? I think it's laborious. Her mind raced with worry and doubt. Should I at least tell him I'm sorry? Rather than out of desire to know how he felt, she was compelled by guilt and a desire to apologize. After walking for some time, she arrived at the door sitting in an utterly unlit hallway. She drew in a breath of musty air and let it out, repeating the process several times. Next, she reached her hand up to knock on the door, then pulled it back, also doing this a number of times. How adorable she was. I wanted nothing more than to give her a little nudge. The maid was there! After all, she was too sweet a girl for her worries to be anything but misplaced. I just can't find the courage. Maybe I should come back another day. What's the point of waiting? I need to apologize and get the weight off his back now. She gathered her courage once more. This time determined she would do it. The white-haired girl moved her small fist towards the door, which then swung open. Ah! Ah! Sorry. Please, you must announce your presence. I almost walked right into you. Are you in that much of a hurry for a mishap? Sorry. And I believe I told you to stay away from my chambers. Oh, you told me not. Well, you told white-haired girl not to go in them. You did, so I spent a long time debating whether I would. But I said I really wanted to tell you this. So I mean, she's not in them. She's just right outside of them. Oh well, actually, I'm truly sorry. What? The other day, I could barely manage to get the words in my head all the way to my mouth. There's no room in my mind for anything else. I shoved my own thoughts and feelings into your face. Not considering that might not be what you wanted. Just running nonstop, not thinking at all. I was terribly disrespectful to you, completely selfish. You're a kind-hearted man, I truly believe that. But you're only being courteous, because you're a nice man. I'm sure you have little interest in the affections of a queer little girl. So, I'd love it if I could stay here. It'd be a wonderful blessing. But if you really don't want me here, my feelings are imposing upon you, then I apologize. I'm sorry, and I'll take my leave of this house. I'm sorry? Don't be, my mind went blank for a moment. What? Finding it difficult to comprehend you. The other day, you were firm in your intentions to stay, now you say you'll leave without a struggle. You hold up in your room for so long, and I thought, you didn't want me around. To be honest, I want to stay here, I do. Think you should do whatever pleases you. Huh? You can stay, or you can leave. I'll not pressure you to do one or the other. So, I'm not imposing? Tell you the truth, I had to think about that for some time. However, I've now come to something of a solution. Since you're here, come into my room. What? I thought I wasn't allowed to. To prevent what almost happened a few moments ago. So we don't accidentally run into each other. Sorry. You're forgiven. Now come in. Okay. Is this a necklace? That's what it looks like to you, then I suppose that means I succeeded. Pick it up. Ah. There's a little bell. It's adorable. Please make an effort to wear that while you're in the house. Because it's so dark, there'll always exist the risk that we might accidentally bump into one another. So try to come up with a way to reduce that risk. Does that mean you didn't leave your room because you were working on this? That's right. What other reason would I have? I think most people assume it's because they'd put you in a bad mood, or that you didn't want to see them. Or that you're like, reading Little Busters in a week. I didn't actually do that with Little Busters, but I did do that with Rewrite. What? I read Rewrite like 2 years? Maybe 3 years ago. Hold on. Properties. When did I... no... Open file location. Looks like 2016? Yeah, so... Oh! Exactly 2 years ago! To this day! Well, give 12 more hours. Huh. Well, yeah, that looks like this day I installed it. And... well, I started it before that. On my laptop. I got through most of the comment out when I stopped. Like, I got, like, the you didn't pursue any of the girls ending. And I was like, okay, I'll pick it up another day. But then I never did. Then, a couple months later, I picked it back up. And after that, I was doing a route a day, basically. Until I got to Terra, I was like, okay, I'll take a break. Because, the beginning of the Terra was pretty rough. Like, Terra, it was all worth it for, like, that last hour. That was pretty cool. But it had some pretty, like, long moments. Don't tell anyone I said that. I love Rewrite. Anyway. I have a little sense of how most people see the world. Sorry. I appreciate it, though. I'm really glad to know that you put so much thought to a life together with me. Be difficult not to, after the other day. So happy right now. Can't think of any better word to describe it. Couldn't be happier. You're being dramatic. To tell you the truth, I feel a little bad about it. Why? Seems rather impertinent to fix a bell to someone. You're not livestock, you're a person. That's why you turned it into a necklace? Thank you very much. I'll keep it on me at all times. I really, truly appreciate it. Lord Michelle. Don't call me Lord, please. Alright then, I'll just call you Michelle. Will you please call me Giselle? The windows. What? If we could open the windows. Never mind. I was just thinking you wouldn't need the bell at all if we could get some light in here. Huh? They can't be opened? They're rested shut. All the windows have been shuttered for as long as I've been here. I assumed you had boarded them all up. That was done long before I ever arrived. For so many years here, though, hardly consider it an inconvenience anymore. It also serves to repel wanderers. Oh, really? Huh. Is there something odd about that? No. It's just... I realized I had the wrong impression about a number of things. Yeah, I did too. As I learn more, I see things in a different light. See you in a different light. Well, you don't see him in a different light because it's all candlelight, because the windows are shut. And I'm sure there's still plenty more for me to learn. Of all people I've ever met, you're perhaps the most difficult to predict. Not only do you have no aversion to the darkness, The dark has always been a close friend of mine. Which isn't to say I dislike the sun. This light can simply be a bit too strong for me. Okay, that's there. Like some kind of unholy monster that can't be exposed to sunlight. You're anything but unholy. My name would suit you. Much better than me. Foreshadowing! Like, I told you her name's Michelle. 100%. Hello? What is this sound? What a beautiful story. Much better than the real thing, is it not, my dear? What? That day when I first saw Giselle, I was wary of her, apprehensive. I didn't want her anywhere near me, but as my doubts about her faded, I began feeling something very different. So the lump in my head began melted away. I began to yearn for her to be at my side. What is this sound? Knowing full well it couldn't possibly last. Knowing full well how foolish it was. I found myself captivated by her. Found myself wishing to have her stay with me. I am being reminded of a Doki Doki Literature Club right now. Like, you know, it's like that, but if, you know, good character. Well, I don't want to say. I mean, it's true, but I feel like that's a bit harsh. You get what I mean. It's like that if, you know, is based around an experience not just for that. I know there's that other visual novel that's not translated that does it. Totono, I believe. But, you know, it's not translated, so I don't have any experience with that. And we're on a gray light now, so I think that's a good place to call it. I'll see you guys next time with some more. I almost said Doki Doki Literature Club. Some more The House in Fata Morgana. When not sure what's gonna happen. There's clearly something going on with this. Let's call this person Morgana, since they said. I think they called themselves Morgana, right? Or at least they mentioned the name, like the witch Morgana. And much better than the real thing. Makes me think this isn't the true. What actually happened here. I mean, that seems the obvious conclusion to make. Like, you know, I've had the theory that, you know, the maid has been showing us a false story this entire time. Which, this is gonna further that. Although, who is Morgana then? Like, if we assume that the person showing us this story is the person showing us all the other doors, then this is the maid speaking. But I don't know if I buy that. Like, it was hinted by the painter dude. There is like an evil side to the maid, which, I mean, come on, we all knew that. I mean, come on, have you seen it? But I don't know. Maybe this is because we took the key and went into the master bedroom. Everything's screwing up. I don't know. I don't think this is the maid doing whatever this is. Corrupting the save pile. I don't know. I'll see you guys next time with some more of The House in Fata Morgana when we get to the bottom of this. Well, it probably won't be next time. It'll be in a couple of times. I'll see you guys then. Bye.